Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about 10 features, tips, tricks, and hidden details you might not know about the Cunning Stunts DLC in Grand Theft Auto Online. So if I can tell you guys about one new thing that you might not have known, then this video is considered a success for me. We've got a lot of cool things to talk about, so let's not waste any more time and let's get it started. Now, also at the end, I am going to be debunking 2 theories that I've seen going around online. So this is like 10 tips and tricks and features plus 2 debunking rumors at the end. But anyways, let's not waste any more time, like I said, and let's jump straight into this. The first thing we're going to be talking about today is how you can actually remove parts from the trophy truck. That's right, and you can create a pretty amazing bare bones version of it. So the trophy truck in game looks awesome, but there's like a lot of hidden options that can be removed, and there's a super easy way to do that. So you guys know the bridge that leads to Fort Zancudo with those like yellow placards in the center? I love to run these over because it really satisfies my OCD. However, I noticed when doing them in the trophy truck, it'll randomly make all the parts of the car fall off, like all the plating and all the spare tires and whatnot. And your final result is this epic kind of like bare bones plateless version of the trophy truck. So if you want to like freak out your friends, or if you want to create a really cool version, this is one way to do it without, I guess, having to like slam it up against a wall and, you know, have it run into other cars, because that would make it obviously not clean. This way, by running over those yellow placards, you can remove all the extra like doors and panels and whatnot, and you can still get this super clean look. Now, if you want to fully remove all the pieces, like the doors and the hood of the engine, what you're going to need to do is probably like slam it up against a wall, or maybe roll it over once or twice. There's a pretty clean way you can do it, but this way worked well for me, and it created a really epic final product in this kind of bare bones, naked version of the trophy truck, which was super cool. And you should definitely try it for yourself, and you should freak your friends out along the way. Okay, moving on, and kind of hidden detail number 2. We obviously got a lot of new supercars in the update yesterday, and one of them was the ETR1. So the ETR1 has a few spoiler options, which is kind of cool. However, there's a really weird thing that goes on with the stock spoiler that I've never seen on any other car. So the stock spoiler is incredibly weak. And I mean, like, if you literally run into a light pole or you run into something else, it's going to fall off. So again, if you upgrade the ETR, or you just want the stock spoiler, just know that it's going to fall off pretty much every time you hit something. I'm not sure if this is a bug, or if this is a glitch, or if this is something Rockstar meant to add into the game because they knew that, you know, if you didn't upgrade the spoiler, you'd be put at a disadvantage. I have no idea what their thinking was here, but if you don't upgrade the spoiler, it's going to fall off pretty much every time and anytime you hit something. Okay, tip number 3, and this is just clarifying some things. I was asked this so many times yesterday on Twitter regarding the new stock cars that were added into the game. They're new, but they're really old because they've been here since Grand Theft Auto 5 on the current generation. It's the Pizvazzer Dominator, it's the Redwood Gauntlets, the Burger Shot Stallion. A lot of people were asking me, Mr. Boss, why are yours free and why are mine, you know, $200,000, $300,000? Well, that's because I'm a returning player and I already had them unlocked in my game. So Rockstar made these vehicles available for everyone, even if you weren't returning from the PS3 or Xbox 360 or hadn't unlocked them in game. So if you obviously came from those old generation systems or had unlocked them in game, you would obviously get them for free and online. But if you didn't, Rockstar is going to charge you. So that should solve the mystery right there of why some people, including maybe some of your friends, will see like $200,000 there, but then others like myself will see them for free. If you're a returning player or already unlocked them, they'll be free. If not, they're going to cost you a few $100,000. Kind of hidden detail number 4, and this was briefly touched on in like the long list of the patch notes, and this is something that's really funny to me. Rockstar patched the tug description. So for the longest time, the tugboat had a description of like insert tug description here, or like generic tug placeholder. However, they finally fixed it, which is really cool. And the description is kind of funny. It's like, the thrill of seafaring and adventuring is only a down payment away. You set sail with a fair wind and hull brimming with illegal immigrants. Hours later, the sea spray and astonishing poor top speed have brought you a newfound sense of inner peace. So I guess they're kind of making fun of the tugboat because it is one of like the slowest vehicles of all time. But nonetheless, they did actually fix that description. So I thought that was kind of cool, and that they actually updated that was kind of nice. Moving on, you guys are probably aware of this, but still, some people have been asking me. So there was a really cool and I guess rare feature that was added to one of the vehicles added in this game, and that was the Lumpa Dotty Atropos Rally. So this brand new rally car has an epic set of pop-up headlights. Now, in order to activate this during the daytime, all you have to do is hold down right on the D-pad and the pop-up light should appear. So that's pretty cool. I believe it's the only car in the game to have a feature like this, so that's extremely cool. I'll also show you guys what it looks like in first person. It doesn't obstruct your view really at all. You only really see the top part of the back of that headlight pop up. So if you're worried about that in first person, you shouldn't be, because there isn't really anything that has an impact on there. Also, this vehicle has a set of headlight attachments, which is also kind of rare, and they also work. So under the grill options, you can select rally fogs and you can apply them to this vehicle, and they actually turn on. They're not just for show. So you can really make the Lumpa Dotty Atropos Rally really cool by adding all these different light features. And of course, it's got that very special, rare set of pop-up headlights that isn't seen on really any other vehicle in the game. Tip number 6, the new Gargoyle motorcycle has some very interesting properties. So it will like allow you to just merge through some items in the game. So I saw some people on the forums talking about this, and one location that's been mentioned in particular is actually at the airport. So the airport has these like little guard gates that come down right before the fences. And if you're actually in the gargoyle, you can just like levitate through them. So I'm not sure what sort of glitch this is. Obviously, whenever a new vehicle is added into the game, there's likely going to be little bugs like this. And this is actually kind of nice. You could take advantage of this. You can drive straight through that little arm that comes down. I'm not sure of any other locations in game that have the same principle while riding the gargoyle and will allow you to just merge and drive through them. But I thought that was a really cool feature. So let me know if you've noticed this as well, and if you've noticed any other spots on the map that the gargoyle will have a weird reaction to that allows you to just go through it like you're invisible. So I thought that was kind of neat, and you could also find it pretty useful as well in some situations. Tip number 7, and this is a big one for me, Rockstar finally removed that super annoying CEO box that was sitting next to your desk in your offices. So I can't tell you how annoying this was, because before this update, in your CEO apartment or office, there was this box that was right next to your feet. And every time you got up from the computer, you would get stuck on it or you would run into it. It was like the world's worst placement. And I'm sure Rockstar was listening to us because there was a lot of people complaining about it. And yes, they finally did remove it, which is so nice. So it's no longer at your feet at the desk, which is great because I'm no longer bumping into it, and I'm now no longer getting stuck on it when doing CEO buying and selling missions. So that was a great removal of something from the offices. Well done, Rockstar. Okay, tip number 8. Something you might have known about the new biker suits and racing suits is that they're fireproof in racing. So if you go through any of like the fire loops while doing the stunt races, your character won't catch on fire. Now, I don't know if that has anything to do with the fact that just the stunt races won't allow you to catch on fire, but it seems like those suits are fireproof, which is kind of nice. So I wanted to test that out in free mode though, because it's nice to have it in races, but is it really that useful? So I basically just got a jerry can full of gasoline. I poured it on the ground. I'm in a full biker suit and helmet, and it does not prevent you from catching yourself on fire. Now, one thing I'm unaware of is if it slows down the burn rate of which you catch on fire, which it might be. I have absolutely no clue how to test that, but as far as these suits being fireproof in free mode, that theory is debunked. However, they are certainly still fireproof in the races. So you want to be using them on the motorcycle races for any stunt course that has the fire ramps and fire hoops so that you do not catch on fire if you accidentally hit them. Okay, tip number 8, and this one should have been pretty self-explanatory, but I feel like a lot of people may have missed it or have seen their friends doing it and have no clue what they're doing. There's a new trick you can use with the motorcycle helmets by hitting right on the D-pad. Your character will actually flip them open and closed. So that's kind of cool. That's a new trick that Rockstar added into the game. But also, more importantly, the interaction menu. Rockstar has organized it, and to an extent, it's a little bit confusing at first. So basically what they've done is condensed a few different categories into three: inventory, style, and vehicles, which is great, but it's also moved a few things around. And particularly two things that I think are very important: the enable passive mode and the kill yourself, which you might say, why are they all the way at the bottom? That sounds kind of dumb. However, if you go up on the D-pad instead of scrolling all the way down, you can actually get to enable passive mode with one click, and you can get to kill yourself for 2 clicks. So they actually made it a little bit easier to go into passive mode, which is probably the thing I use the most out of the interaction menu. So actually bravo on Rockstar for doing that. And also, as I mentioned earlier, they broke the categories of inventory, style, and vehicles down. Inventory, where you get things like snacks and ammo and body armor. Style, where you can actually adjust like your racing outfit and racing helmet, which is actually really useful because you can set one of your racing outfits as the racing attire that you're going to be using. That way, when you're in races, you can set a custom outfit, which is kind of cool. And you've also got the vehicles tab as well, which once again will allow you to do the various things you've done in the past, like open up all your doors, set privacy for your vehicle. So that's the new interaction menu. Rockstar updated it. I kind of like the changes, but it does take a little bit of time to get used to it. So that is something you need to keep in mind right there. And last but not least today, tip number 10, you may not know this, but you can actually get the non-livery versions of all the vehicles that have been purchased or added with the Cunning Stunts DLC. So it may not seem like it based off of the websites, and in fact, they require you to purchase a livery, which in my opinion is kind of dumb, because if you want to remove it, you actually have to pay money to get it removed in the Los Santos custom shop. However, that is an option, and some people may have missed it because in the LSC, it is listed under liveries. So you might just assume that all that allows you to do is switch them, but no, you can actually remove them. And if you want a clean version of any of the cars that have been added with the Cunning Stunts DLC, you can get them, and you can get them clean and livery free. So I'm not sure why Rockstar did that. Again, they're just making us pay extra money to remove liveries that, shouldn't cost money at all to even have on there. But nonetheless, that is, of course, a cool new feature that you can use in online. So now let's talk about 2 rumors that were going around regarding some of the content. The first of which is that the airport gates were no longer opening in public sessions, and that is not true. I went into a public session, the airport gates opened no problem. So I'm not sure what issues people were having. In fact, a guy was like raining down bullets with an annihilator on me, and they were still opening. So I'm not sure what kind of rumor was circulating around there, but the airport gate's still open. And also, there was a rumor regarding the Phoenix spawning in-game without spoilers. However, I ran into one in-game and in free mode, and it had a spoiler on there. And even when I took it to the Los Santos custom shop, there was no option to remove the spoiler, or none of the options gave me an option to remove it. So I'm not sure where those rumors came from, but those are 10 tips, tricks, hidden details, and features that you might not have known about regarding the Cunning Stunts DLC in Grand Theft Auto Online. Like I said, if you learned one new thing from this video, then my job is accomplished, and I definitely consider this video a success. However, if you did go on to enjoy the video, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With out of the way, guys, like I said, thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.